Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. Starting real shortly. Just give me a minute. Just getting everything situated. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. What's up, man? You all right? You good? You chilling? That's good. Eli, appreciate you joining in. Give me about 90 seconds and I'll start. Screw it. Let's just kick off the ball. All right. How you guys doing? You guys doing all right? I can turn this off. No need to listen to that anymore. All right. So, episode 25. The U.S. Game developers are in trouble. They're in big trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble. But anyway, we'll get to it. To start off, what I've been playing. Actually, before I even say what I've been playing, what I've been watching. I've been watching Dragon Ball Daima. Don't get me started. Anyway, I've been watching Solo Leveling. Season 2. Love Solo Leveling. Can't wait till they get to the island era or the island saga. Then it's gonna really kick off. Basically, for the most part, I've been watching anime. If you are, gamers, which most of us are a gamer, the one anime I suggest that you watch is Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier is very good. It's basically about a guy who plays VR games. He plays VR games, but he play like trash VR games. He play like buggy, glitchy VR games, and he tries to break them or whatnot. He doesn't really play like AAA titles. Well, he was like, I'm gonna play this AAA title. It's called Shangri-La Frontier. He started playing it, and it goes from there. I like the series because it's like a gamer. It's like it shows different games. It's like Sword Art Online, but not as dramatic as Sword Art Online. And he plays different games. Like, he mostly plays Shangri-La Frontier, but he had a couple episodes where he played a fighting game, a virtual fighting game. He played a virtual mech game. One of his friends is a professional fighting game player. That guy, he reminds me of Takedo, the guy who that portrays the professional fighting game player. But if you play video games and you like anime, check out Shangri-La Frontier. It's awesome. It's on Crunchyroll. That's about it as far as watching. I'm waiting. Man, listen. I wish Hulu or whoever makes Bleach, just give it up, man. Come on, man. Just finish it. I'm tired of waiting. They are dragging Bleach, the 1,000-year hell arc. Jesus, finish it. Now back to what I've been playing. It's finally happened. I played Apex Legends yesterday, actually, for the first time in about a week. I turned it on. I played one match, and I immediately turned it off after that one match. I didn't want to play anymore. When this happens, when it gets to this point, the end is near. Okay, it happened at Destiny. With Destiny 2, near the end when I was playing it, I'll turn it on and I immediately turn it off. I was like, I don't want to play this. I thought I did, but I don't. Same with Overwatch 2. I turn it on. I don't even finish a match. I'll be like, why am I playing this? Turn it off. And that was the first time for Apex Legends. I turned it on, I did a match, and it was like, man, I don't want to play this. I'd rather play Marvel Rivals. And so I turned it off. That has never happened before. In the last 4.5 years, that has never happened. But it happened 2 days ago. Marvel Rivals. Man, what can I say, man? The game is good. Been playing it, even though there's a lot of I'm stuck in elo hell. Keep bouncing from platinum to gold to platinum. I'm gonna get over it. So this week I'm gonna learn magic. I think magic is really good. I'm gonna learn magic and just learn better positioning and get better with my characters. I'm just gonna play that, and then after the week is done, then I'm gonna go back into rank and then see if that helped me, progress. No Man's Sky. I've been playing No Man's Sky. Oh, before I go this, I do have one complaint. This is the only one complaint I have for Marvel Rivals as a developer, when it deals with developing the game. Most of my complaints in my videos has been about the players and attitudes and egos, but this is my only con or gripe about Marvel Rivals as on the developing side of the house. And it's not even their fault. It's not even NetEase Games' fault. It's Marvel. This is strictly Marvel Studios. You mean to tell me you can't have one interaction between Black Panther, T'Challa, and Storm? Not one interaction. In the comic books, they were married. We're playing different variants in the game. Everybody else have interactions with everybody, but you mean the two characters that were married in the comics, and even though they may be different variants in the actual Marvel Rivals game, but still you can't have one interaction with Aurora and T'Challa. Come on, bro. And it's not even NetEase Games, because let's be real, Marvel Studios always have the final say when it comes to their IPs, their intellectual properties. I've seen it all. We've seen it for years with Capcom. As far as Marvel versus Capcom, Capcom has the final say for everything when it comes to their IPs in games and other media, period. So it's not even NetEase that's at fault. This is strictly Marvel Studios. And for that, Marvel Studios, y'all some dicks for that. You can mean to tell me that not one interaction in this game between Aurora and Black Panther. I understand why they don't have a team up, because they're both duelists. I get that. But not one interaction, bro. Come on. That's my only gripe with as far as the development side for Marvel Rivals. Been playing No Man's Sky. That's my break game. As a gamer, you have a game that you play that gives you a break from all the competitive games or other games that you're having problems with. And No Man's Sky is that. Very relaxing, very soothing. Take care of all my stuff, my farms, my plants, my starships, everything in No Man's Sky. Been playing it, cool. NBA 2K25. Been playing that. Let me tell you something. NBA 2K25 is the worst 2K. It's one of the worst 2Ks I've ever played. One of the worst. I'm debating if it is the worst, but it's one of the worst. 2K 15 and 17 can be debatable as the best 2K games ever created. 2K 16, 18, 20, and now this one can be considered the worst, dog. I swear. Anytime they alter the shooting mechanic in NBA 2K, that becomes the worst 2K. This shooting is ridiculous. Like, you have to. They don't want you to press the square button or on the PlayStation or the X button on the Xbox. They want you to use the analog stick to press down and press up like you actually shooting a basketball. If I want to actually shoot a fucking basketball, I'll go to my local LA Fitness. This is ridiculous. It's stupid how they make you want to use the R3 stick to shoot a damn jumper. I don't want to do that. I use that for layups or dunks. I don't use it for jumpers. I use the square button for jumpers. And the fact that my square is horrible, for whatever degree you put it on, like if you play on Hall of Fame, it's impossible to use the square button. If you put it on All-Star, it's still not that good. The only way you can hit jumpers with the square button if you play rookie mode. And nobody want to play rookie mode. You either want to play All-Star or Hall of Fame mode. and it's absolutely asinine and difficult, beyond difficult, to use the square button on All Star or Hall of Fame or Superstar. So yeah, and then plus I'm still mad that they don't roll over VC coins. I'm not saying you got to roll over all your VC coins, but roll even half of it, or even 3/4 of it, or not even 3/4 of it, half or a quarter of it. But no, you got to start up from scratch every time a game come out. That's bullshit. So yeah, I'm done with NBA 2K. I'm done. Done. All right, moving on. All right, we're gonna talk about this segment. I touch grass. In this segment, we talk about everything outside of the video game world. We don't talk about video games. We talk about what's going on in the world, because we go outside and we touch the grass. We don't stay inside all the time. We got to go outside and interact with the real world. You understand what I'm saying? First and foremost, everybody's all hype about the lame ass Super Bowl. Yes, I'm mad the Lions didn't make it, but even more so than that, it's just the four sporting, like the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and NHL, they're boring. They are absolute boring. They keep rolling the same storylines. At least in sports entertainment, as far as the WWE and TNA, they have interesting storylines because they at least listen to their fans, or they try to implement new or innovative storylines. These damn storylines that the four major sports team groups been using is outdated. They've been using the same sport storylines for the last 40 years. It's outdated. Like real talk. It wouldn't even have to be the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I would have been ecstatic if the Lions made it to the Super Bowl, but it don't even have to be the Lions. It could have been, the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? It could have been the Buccaneers on the NFC side. On the AFC side, it could have been the Bills. It could be something else. But now you run into, here comes the Chiefs. They're gonna go for that. They're gonna three-peat, and of course, here comes the Eagles. They faced the Eagles before 2 years ago. The Eagles are that good. It's like, come on, man, stop it, bro, stop it. Even in the NBA, watch. There's gonna be a major blockbuster trade. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a super stupid, dumb blockbuster trade next week, and everybody gonna go crazy. And they'll be like, oh, they're gonna go to the playoffs. I don't know if it's gonna be the Lakers. I don't know if it's gonna be Warriors. It'll probably even be like Steph Curry get traded to the Lakers or something like that. It's gonna be a stupid blockbuster trade, or Jimmy Butler's gonna go to the Warriors. It's gonna be a stupid trade, or it's gonna be Zach LaVine is gonna go somewhere, and then it's gonna be the storyline. It's the same storyline for the last 40 years when it comes to sports. I'm so done with sports, bro. I'm done with the major sports. I'm just strictly esports. At least it hasn't been tarnished by Vegas or tarnished by the gambling suits. I mean, it's been touched by the suits, which we're gonna talk about and discuss in a few minutes. But it hasn't been touched by the powers that be, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. As far as when it comes to gambling, stupid. Same story. It's like people that's older than me by 5 to 10 years older plus that still watch the news or still watch, television. Like, come on, bro. And then that's another thing. I'm glad I don't watch TV no more. I'm strictly internet. 100%. I don't even watch TV. And when I do, like, I watch these football games, or when I watch the Lions or the Pistons and all these commercials come on, I'm like, God damn, dude, this is why I don't watch TV. It's so many commercials, and none of the commercials even fit the demographic. Why am I watching? You know what I'm saying? Why I'm watching? Well, I kind of know why I'm watching it, but so what? I'm not watching that. It's always beer, sex, movies, some weird ass movies, romance, and all this. It's just stupid, man. Every time I watch a sporting event, every time I watch like a Lions, I'm like, all right, let me sit down and watch the sporting events. They be like, go to commercial, and then they show like 5 or 6 commercials. I'm used to watching Chinese animation, Chinese live action movies, Japanese live action, or Japanese animation, and it'd be one commercial. It'd be one run. It'd be like 1 or 2 commercials, and they go right back to the show. I gotten over just watching American television. It's just disgusting. And then they show like 5 or 6 commercials. Shit is boring. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. But enough of that. I'm not dealing with the sports teams anymore. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about in the I Touch Grass segment is tonight's conversation podcast. I knew that was going to happen. I stay in my lane. I've had people who knew me from other social media events like Facebook and everything. They're like, man, you've been married for like 24, 25 years. You know, you should do a podcast, or you should do a podcast with your wife, you know, trying to explain how to get married, how to stay married. Nah, I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm a gamer. I'm going to stay in my lane. Granted, doing a relationship podcast would actually be lucrative, but I don't want to deal with that. And besides, the people that I was given from 2008 all the way to 2014, I was giving out free advice on how to get married and how to stay out of that them cesspools, them dating cesspools. But people didn't want to listen. They just want to be miserable, and they just want to be in mediocrity. So I just, it's not my lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna stay happily married and watch people suffer. And when tonight's conversation podcast came out, the first time it came out, I looked at it. I was like, "This is some bullshit. People really paying to go to these events to listen to these people who are not married talk about how relationships is and don't have no girlfriends, no long-term girlfriends, no long-term boyfriends, but gonna tell you what to do and how to do it." It's like a painter. You talk to a painter who has no journeyman license, refuses to go for his journeyman license, and doesn't have any certs or clientele, but gonna tell you how to paint, how to be the best painter alive. Stop it, bro. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I'm not even here for the drama. I don't care about the drama with tonight's conversation. I really don't. I mean, you got the one girl that I can't stand who's being obnoxious, talking about the other girl who comes to find out the liar. They're all liars. Tonight's conversation, I'm glad is going, is folding. It was a stupid thing. It was a stupid premise. And yeah, that's the end of I Touch Grass segment. Now, we can talk about the main topic at hand. U.S. developers are in trouble. They are in serious trouble. Like, the way that they're going, due to their greediness, we could quite possibly go into a video game crash. The third video game crash, okay? But the reason why we haven't hit the third video game crash is because due to indie developers and due to international developers, big international developers. If it wasn't for them, we would have crashed 6 months ago. The video games would have been non-existent. The video game industry would have crashed and folded, all because of the greed of American companies, American developers, American publishers when it comes to the video game industry. Just greedy, just inconsiderate, and don't listen to their clientele, aka the fans, the gamers, the ones who actually buy the games. They do not listen. They do not care, and they actually think that we're stupid. I'm glad that a lot of gamers are wising up and seeing the bullshit that they're trying to spew out, and being more conservative with their purchases, as well as their buying power, as well as their thoughts as far as putting time and effort in games. Because let's be real, there has been some bangers that came out, but there were few far in between last year, but a lot of it was trash too. And some of y'all felt betrayed, like you spent like $70 on a game only to find out that it was an actual piece of shit. And I'm not trying to be mean, but let's be real. And a lot of these developers, especially American developers in particular, is being ran or dictated by suits, aka bean counters. It's all about the bottom line. It's not about the quality of the product. It is about how much money we can get. And honestly, truth be told, that's why a lot of these companies are folding. That's why a lot of people are leaving companies. That's why a lot of companies are laying off, because they let greed take over instead of QoS, quality of service. If they had better quality of service, a lot of these live action, A lot of these live service games will be doing well, but a lot of these live service games are not. And that's the reason why they're not doing well, is because of the greed and the corporate greed. And it's just ridiculous. I'm going to break down what I'm talking about. Okay, first and foremost, let's talk about Bungie. I'm gonna go on Bungie. Okay, Bungie are idiots, and whoever, the creators, the founders, if they still there, they're idiots. And let me tell you something right now. In 1999, okay, I had the ability. 1999, 2000. That summer of 1999, going into 2000. No, in the summer of 2000. No, September 2000, I got married. Except in October of 2000, I got a job at MCI WorldCom. If you know, you know. We was on the outskirts of University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. While there, two things I noticed. One, Netflix. Netflix was being offered to college students at the time, and I've been a Netflix member since 2000. So for 25 years, I'm about to cancel my subscription. But I remember paying $5 a month for like 8 DVDs. It was crazy. And then my team lead at the time, he told me about this company called Bungie. And I was like, Bungie, what game they make? They make Marathon. What is Marathon? I never heard of Marathon. He was telling me, he's trying to explain how Marathon was this game. It was good. It was only on the Mac or the Apple. And I was like, okay, all right. If it was so good, why have I never heard of it? He said, it's a good game. It's a good game. And then like 3 months later, Bungie announced that they were doing Halo. And he was like, man, I wish they did a Marathon. And I was like, let me play Marathon. Marathon was ass. That game was horrible. But then Halo came out. Rest is history. So I bring that up. That was 1999, 2000, right? I bring that up to now is because Bungie are idiots. They sold Halo off to help submit, help develop or continue with Destiny, right? Destiny is their bread and butter. Destiny they had a 10-year plan. Destiny was awesome. Destiny was great. Okay. But back in their mind, Bungie always wanted to get Marathon right. Let's keep it real. So then they shelved Destiny 3, which they were supposed to work on Destiny 3. They shelved Destiny 3 to work on Marathon, and they bushwhacked or bamboozled Sony so they get money so they can make Marathon. I'm telling you this right now. Marathon is ass. Marathon is not going to be good. Marathon is going to be bullshit, just like it was in the year 2000. Now in the year 2025, Marathon is trash. And Bungie basically gave away their livelihood to support some dream or hope or dream that finally will not come to realization. Bungie is just garbage. The owners, whatever you want to call it, they're garbage. So that's one American company. The next American company, Blizzard. Blizzard is just, I don't know what happened to Blizzard. Blizzard came out with World of Warcraft. They came out with Diablo 1, 2, and 3. 2 was the best. Diablo 2 was the best. And then they came out with a little game, they had StarCraft. I love StarCraft. Still love StarCraft to this day. They had a couple other games. Then they came out with Overwatch. Overwatch took over the hero shooter genre. It was new. It was fresh. It was unique. And then they got bought by Activision, aka the Suits. And then that's when all hell broke loose. Now Bungie is just a former shell of his glory days. It's trash. It's not good. I mean, they don't know what to do. Diablo 4 is not selling as it should. And here's the thing: how you gonna make a single player or a live service game? That's your first mistake. And then second of all, I mean, Overwatch 1 was great, phenomenal, and then a lot of infighting, and then scandals as far as McCree, the McCree guy. As far as sexual harassment and stuff like that, and then you had Jeff. He left, and then they lied and said they was coming out with a PvE, and then they're coming out with multiple skins. It's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess, and Blizzard is suffering, and Blizzard it's only their fault. This is only their fault, and it's going to get worse. You think it's worse now? Wait, it's going to get even worse. It's going to get even worse now. They don't have any plans. They don't even have a backup plan. I mean, NetEase Games is mollywhopping them. I mean, NetEase Games is sitting on their chest and just smacking them with a genitalia in the face, like, say my name. That's how bad it is now for Blizzard right now. Next is EA/Respawn. I put them together because I'm an Apex fan, an avid Apex player, but EA is in, Jedi poodoo because, a lot of their games, they just had a meeting. They had another meeting. Their last quarter meeting was like in November. They was talking about how this game is not doing good. This game is not doing good. This game is not doing good. But now they had another meeting, shareholder meeting, and the shareholders like, man, y'all better do something. So EA, good for them. I'm glad they suffering. So even if the games have to burn or to the ground, I'm with it. If that's Apex Legends, okay. If it's any other games, okay. If it's FIFA, okay. I don't care. I don't like EA games. I never liked EA games. And I'm so mad Respawn signed up with EA games. EA games have killed so many studios. Like, they killed Westwood Studios, they killed Maxis, they killed so many good studios just for the greed and the money. I'm glad EA is going suffering. I do not like EA. Never liked EA. There's a reason why they won Worst Company of the Year 4 years straight. You understand what I'm saying? EA is nothing but trash. But speaking on Respawn, starting tonight or tomorrow, you got the ALGS. That's the Apex League Global Series. That's the tournament. The championship series is in Japan right now. It's in, I forgot what prefecture it's in, but that's going on tonight. Or it starts tonight, ends February 1st on my birthday. It ends on February 1st. Basically, you have all the best of the best Apex Pro players doing a tournament series. And I think the prize is like maybe $1 million or $2 million or something like that. And they're all competing over in Japan right now. But here's the thing. A lot of the pro players are leaving. A lot of pro players are retiring, or they're leaving to go to different games because that's how bad Apex has been. Then they only play scrims now. They don't even play ranked anymore. They don't even play quick play anymore. Apex Legends as a game as a whole is just horrible. And the reason why it's horrible is because EA and Respawn are not doing or not delivering anything. People have been complaining about cheaters. They're not doing anything about it. People are complaining about hackers. A lot of pro players just got hacked. The number one player, Rogue, he was the number one player. His account got banned and hacked, and they had to shut down his account because hackers hacked his account. EA ain't did nothing. They ain't even talk about it. They ain't even addressed it. They don't even care. They asked the people to do updates and do bug fixes. They go online and do a trailer and bring back cosmetics, the Final Fantasy cosmetics that was last year. They brought it back. Now they're talking about rumor doing a heirloom for the guns now. It was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing all this when you can fix the game and bring back people? People ain't coming back. People is tired of spending 3 digits on cosmetics. That's over with. Stop it. For a live service game, that's over with. That's done with. I don't care if your game's free to play. People are done spending their hard-earned money due to inflation on cosmetics that they don't even see. Well, I'll be damned if I spend $300 on a death box that I don't know, not never. And so, if Apex dies, and then if it dies, it dies. I don't even care anymore. Like, that's how bad it is. And everybody know I play Apex daily. Well, I did play it daily. I don't even care anymore because I got another fix, Marvel Rivals. I mean, it is what it is. Let it die. Who else? BioWare used to be my favorite company of all time. My favorite developer, excuse me. BioWare used to be my favorite developer. But now, after Anthem, after Mass Effect Andromeda, and now after the scandal or the theatrics or theatrics with Veilguard for Dragon Age, it's been a shit show over there, bro. Nobody cares about BioWare, and now they had their shareholder meeting just recently, and people was like, Veilguard is doing horrible numbers, which kind of makes me nervous about the new Mass Effect, which we haven't even heard about yet. We haven't heard anything about the new Mass Effect. We just saw that one trailer two and a half years ago. Yeah, we're coming out with a new Mass Effect, but nothing out after that. And then two pictures on N7 Day last year. That's it. We don't see nothing about Mass Effect. Nothing. And it scares me. And I love Mass Effect. Mass Effect was one of the greatest games ever created as far as the trilogy. And now it's just BioWare is just, I don't know, bro. BioWare's trash. Like I said, all these American gamers are trash. Like, look, okay, I'm a second generation gamer. I was born during the first generation, but I was able to game during the second generation. I started gaming. The second generation was the Atari 2600. The Atari won the second generation. As far as consoles sold, that's how you know who had the best console sold. That's who won the generation. Atari won the generation. But due to greed, due to Atari, they caused the video game crash. The second video game crash. The first video game crash was due because it was just a fad and everybody was doing this. But Atari came out of the woodwork, saved it. Okay, Atari, due to their political infighting and due to their knockoffs, as far as Pac-Man on the 2600 and the 7200, and they're trying to let the suits forcing them to stop developing the ET game because the movie was coming out, so they needed ET to come out right when the movie came out, caused one of the worst shit shows ever in the video game history, caused the video game industry to crash. The video game industry actually crashed in '83. Nobody was playing games over here, over there, nowhere. And then Nintendo came out with the Famicom, the Nintendo Entertainment System, which saved the video game industry. And the industry been thriving ever since. There's been some hoopla as far as like the company, as far as the industry crashing. I mean, when the arcade industry crashed, they were over here and on this side of the globe, people was like, oh, well, there go the video game industry, but eventually it didn't crash. But right now, due to inflation, due to all types of stuff that's going on in the real world, video games is on the cusp of crashing. But like I said, the indie developers and the international developers are keeping the lifeblood going in the video game industry. Not the American gamers, the American gaming developers. The American game developers are single-handedly marching to the demise of the video game industry, which is unfathomable, which is ludicrous in my mind. Like, they're literally trying to force the video game industry to destroy itself, or destroy itself on the inside. I've never seen stuff like this. They have no answers. They don't know what to do. And when I say that, I'm talking about the major video game companies, developers and producers in the United States of America. They don't know what to do. It's like they have no business sense. They're not listening to the fans or the clientele that produce or buy their products. They don't care as long as their bottom line is money. But if you don't have clientele, how are you going to make money? Which is why they are falling. As you can see in my pictures in the background, I put in like the Thanos, like the snap, when you can see that they're disintegrating. EA is disintegrating, Blizzard's disintegrating, Bethesda Games. How many of y'all still play Starfield? How many of you still play Starfield? Honestly, that's an honest question. How many of you still play Starfield? I mean, and then that's another thing these companies are doing. They're not innovating anything anymore. They're going back to what made them money. You understand what I'm saying? They went back to, like Blizzard. They brought back 6v6 and retro Overwatch 1. Okay. Apex, Respawn brought back the first season of Apex, and they brought season 3 and 4 back, as a LTM. You know what I'm saying? Rumor has it, Bethesda is now remaking Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. See, they got rid of all the creative developers on the squad. You know what I'm saying? On their staff. They got rid of them, or they left. You know what I'm saying? Every other week, I see a staff member of the original Apex Legends team leaving. I think the most recent one was the art director. He's leaving. So it's like they have no talent anymore. There's no more good developers on any of these U.S. development companies or producers. that's there anymore. Everybody there now is just secondhand or not developing or nothing. Or the developers that's still around, they got their hands tied. They're told not to develop. Like there's plenty of Apex content creators that are friends with the developers at Respawn, and the developers Respawn was like, we're told that we cannot do anything. EA has said we cannot do this, we cannot do that, we cannot do this. And the content creators are like, what do you mean you can't do this? This is your game. No, by contract, we cannot do this. They own the rights and this, blah, 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 blah. They will not allow us to do this and this. Well, that's stupid. They want the game. At first, I thought EA was stupid. No, they're not stupid. They just don't want the game to fail, because nobody expect Apex Legends to do this well. They're always about football, Madden, now college football again, sports games. They're all about sports games and Call of Duty. That's all they care about. They don't give a damn about Apex Legends, even though Apex Legends was a shock as far as money, a lucrative second avenue for money, but they treated it like a redhead stepchild. Like, oh well, we don't care. It's just a flash in the pan. It don't mean nothing. Meanwhile, it was making money hand over fist, but they was like, you're not gonna beat Fortnite. How are you gonna be a producer of my game and then of the game that you produce of, and then you're gonna tell the people that's developing the game, well, it doesn't matter. You're gonna lose to Fortnite anyway. You're gonna lose to Epic Games. That's bullshit. So it's just, which brings me to the second half of the main topic. Like I said, indie games and international games. International game developers. Let's talk about the international game developers, shall we? Okay. The emergence of China game developers. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that the Chinese game developers been around for a minute. It's just now they're getting their shine because of the AAA titles that they're coming out with, like Black Myth Wukong, Marvel Rivals. You know what I'm saying? But I can show you a couple things right now. Like case in point, let's show you this right now. Five of the biggest video game publishers in China, right? All right, number one. We all know Tencent Games, right? Or we don't know Tencent Games. Well, Tencent Games, they're basically worth $411 million. Basically, they help bring over League of Legends, PUBG, and they own half of Fortnite. So they're like a silent partner with Epic Games for Fortnite. So they're making hand over fist. But a lot of people don't know Tencent Games. Tencent Games is also buying they're buying one company. I forgot who they're buying. Oh, they're buying Ubisoft. Tencent Games is on the market to buy Ubisoft. Who knew? Okay. Number two, MyHio. I don't know who MyHio is, but I will tell you this. I know Genshin Impact and I know Star Rail. Both of those games are on the PlayStation 5, and both of those are making hand over fist as far as games. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that those two games are made by MyHio. Okay. Three, we know NetEase Games. NetEase, what's funny? The first time I heard about NetEase Games was when they partnered up with Blizzard Entertainment, and then Blizzard tried to shaft them. So of course, that's when you funny. I'm playing Star Rail and ZZZ right now. Of course, because they're good games. They're good quality games. But it's funny. I don't feel bad for Blizzard because what they did to NetEase Games, they tried to pull one over on NetEase Games, and NetEase, they the ones who destroyed the World of Warcraft statue in China. And it's so funny that NetEase Games got Marvel Rivals right now, and they're doing so well with it that Blizzard just don't know what to do. They absolutely, positively don't know how to react. They don't know what to do. But yeah, I knew about NetEase long time ago because they did Marvel with that PC game, and then we knew about Marvel. We knew about NetEase Games because they're the reason why World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Overwatch was able to go to China, and then the Chinese government banned Blizzard games. Then NetEase fought tooth and nail to get those games back over in China, and then Blizzard they blindsided them with the deal. And that's why you see this line right here. It says NetEase has also collaborated with Blizzard Entertainment. That was from their website when they was collaborating with them, and it all went to hell and went to shit. So that's why NetEase Games made it a personal vendetta to come out with Marvel Rivals and just totally just blitzkrieg Blizzard. And I don't feel bad for Blizzard. They get their well-deserved. The fourth company, Century Games. Look, I know a couple people in the industry. I don't even know what Century Games was, but rumor has it Century Games is partnering up. Century Games is partnering up with a well-known company. I can't say who, but they partner up with a well-known company, and they're bringing back a well-known, popular game, and it's going to change everything. I'm telling you, be on the lookout for Century Games. They've been known for making mobile games, but they partnered up with somebody. It's going, man. It's trust me. It's going to happen in the next 8 months. Trust me. All right. Perfect World Games. Never really heard of them. They're another company, but they deal with Persona 5. So these are the top 5 Chinese developers. Okay, but let's go to the other side. Let's go to the Japanese developers. Okay, the Japanese developers. Capcom been cooking. Bandai Namco is okay. Bandai Namco is like the appetizer. Capcom is the entree. Capcom, From Software, From Games, they're cooking. Capcom's been cooking. Who else been cooking? Sega and Konami's coming back. Sega is making a strong push coming back, especially with remakes of some of their classic games. And then the Sonic movies really helped them out there. You know what I'm saying? And then, you got Virtua Fighter 6 coming out. You know what I'm saying? They just released a Virtua Fighter 5 update today or yesterday. So yeah, Sega's coming back. Konami's talking about coming back. But Capcom's really been cooking. Then we didn't even gonna talk about Nintendo. Nintendo just dropped the trailer for the Switch 2. That's coming, And then Square Enix is still Square Enix doing Square Enix shit, but they still cooking. They still around. You know what I'm saying? They're not as strong as they used to be back in the 90s and the 2000s, but they still around. They still doing their thing. But yeah, so Nintendo, so Chinese developers doing well. Japanese developers doing well. Okay. Well, what about the companies that's not Asian? Okay. CD Projekt Red. CD Projekt Red is about to drop The Witcher 4. You know what I'm saying? We saw the trailer at the Game Awards. CD Projekt, they might do another. They said they might do another update for Cyberpunk 2077. We'll see. But then you have Larian Studios. They won Game of the Year with Baldur's Gate 3. They're still doing good. They're thinking about coming out with a Divergence 3. I think that is the name of the game. I don't know. Then Ubisoft is coming out with Assassin's Creed Shadows. But Ubisoft was about to be bought by Tenet. Tenet is the number one Chinese game developer. You know what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of international game developers that's doing well, and they're coming out with quality games. You know what I'm saying? I saw a guy from Take-Two Interactive who's helping produce Grand Theft Auto 6. And he didn't come out and say that Grand Theft Auto 6 was going to be $100, but he said, I don't see why it shouldn't be $100 because everything and everywhere else in inflation, as far as like groceries, as far as gas, as far as clothing, retail, all has went up in price except for video games. And I was like, this dude cannot be serious. This dude is an ass. He's saying that's the reason why, he wouldn't be surprised if Grand Theft Auto 6 came out as $100. Let me tell you something, bro. If that game comes out as $100, that'll be the end. That'll be the end of video games. Ain't nobody gonna spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto. Maybe hood heroes, maybe hood dudes, because you know what I'm saying? But nobody gonna spend $100, especially parents. Okay, let's say it comes out $100 because you set precedence. You set the precedence because if a lot of people forgot, Grand Theft Auto 5, when it came out in 2013, It was the first $70 game. We said we weren't gonna buy it. Like idiots we did. Here we are. Most games are $70 now. Grand Theft Auto 6, they're gonna try to set precedence with the $100 game. That's where we gotta draw the line. Because honestly, quite frankly, let's say they come out with the game $100. Bare bones, bare minimum. The bare minimum game, digital, mind you, not physical, digital. Digital is $100. The limited edition, 130. The exclusive limited ultra edition, 150. Okay, let's say they come out with $100. Now video games are $100. 2027, the year 2027, new games come out. Timmy is asking his mom, what game, what do you want for Christmas? He like, I want this game, I want that game, I want that game. He just named 3 games. Games are $100. That's $300. That's half of a console. That's half of the price of a console. Or a quarter of the price of a console, especially if the console is $700. So then 2027 or 2028, PlayStation 6 should be out, right? So PlayStation 6 come out, let's say PlayStation 6 come out is $750 plus two games. You spending damn near $1,000, bro. That's a car note in this economy in America. So yeah, so that's why GTA 6 shouldn't be $100, because if it is $100, that means the rest of the games are gonna be $100. So I mean, why are you getting hyped for like the Game Awards? Like this game coming out, this game coming out, this game coming out. Okay, you have this game. Let's say Street Fighter 7 gets announced. It comes out February or March 18th, 2028. 2 days after that, you have Final Fantasy 18. Okay, and then the same day Final Fantasy 18 come out, you got the new Jack and Dexter 4 coming out. That's 2 games right there. Then you have 2 weeks before that, you have like Diablo 5 coming out. 2 games, 2 days, and then a day after that, this is all in the month of March. And let's say all the games are $100. So you mean to tell me? I mean, nah. And this is bare bone game. This is bare bones. This is not considering the cosmetics, the DLC, you know what I'm saying, the extended packs, or the VC and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People don't think about that. They just say, "Oh, you can't afford $100 game." It's not the point of the $100 game. It's the principle. That shit starts adding up. Honestly, quite frankly, I'm still pissed. I'm paying. Like, I just came from the grocery store earlier today. I bought 2 things of oil. I bought some peanut oil and some canola oil. I bought a bag of Tostados Hint of Lime chips. I bought a bag of cookies, Chips Ahoy chunky cookies, and I bought a gallon of milk. That shit came up to $70, bro. Where 5 years ago, that wasn't probably even $20. So yeah. Yeah. Video game, nah. I'm not spending $100 on the game, bro. Not bare bones. Now, with that being said, have I spent over $100 on games? Of course I have. I've bought Destiny 2 at $60. I've been playing Destiny 2 for at least 6 years now. I spent well over in the 3 triple digits for that game. Same with Apex. Same with Overwatch as far as cosmetics. I spent some bread on those games. But they're old. And I've been playing and spending money throughout the years. You understand what I'm saying? But if they set precedents and Take-Two, Rockstar, whatever, they come out and say GTA 6 is $100 and that's bare bones, you're going to be spending at least over $1,000 every 6 months with that game. And that's just that game. What about the new games that come out? See, that's too much. And that's why I'm saying is quality versus greed. American or United States developers are greedy compared to everybody else in the world that's just making games. They're just making quality games. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the gamers are playing, quality games versus the the greedy, unfinished games. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even picked up Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I haven't played it, haven't called it, I haven't even looked at it. Game came out, everybody went crazy. Fast forward to now, the game, half of the people that played it are gone. They don't even play Call of Duty anymore. Why? Because of the cheaters, because of the hackers, because of the over expensive charging of the cosmetics, the bullshit of having Nicki Minaj and Godzilla in guest starring in your game. What the fuck? Yeah. So yeah, it's stupid. It's absolutely asinine. Asinine, bro. So, let me show you this too. Let me show you this. Let's go. The largest video game companies by market capital. We're gonna show you the NASDAQ. We're gonna show you the hold on, let me go to without webcam. Okay, as you can see, Microsoft is the #1 video game company in the world. As you can see, they're worth 3.2 trillion. And this is the price in the 30 days. These lines are the price, so they're red. They're going down. Tencent is #2. They're worth 464 billion. Sony third, 126 billion. Then Nintendo was going up, actually. I guess that's because of the announcement of the Switch 2. As you can see, Nintendo is worth 77.75 billion. Then NetEase is 5. As you can see, they're on the rise. NetEase, I'm telling you, Marvel Rivals. And here's the thing, Marvel Rivals is a free game. And I tell you right now, I spent at least $30 on it for the cosmetics that I can see. I spent for the coin. No, I spent at least 30. No, 20. I spent 20 bucks. 10 the start out season 0 battle pass, and 10 to get a couple costumes. So for a free game, it got me. But I like my costumes that I can see. I don't even know who number 6 is. Roblox is still up there. Roblox is 44 billion. Wow. Take-Two Interactive, you know, they're the Rockstar's parent company. So this is 32.9 billion. When GTA 6 come out, they're going to be in the top 5. Easy. Electronic Arts is still there. Look at Electronic Arts. Look at Electronic Arts line. Look at that. Look at that. They're suffering. Then you got Aristocrat. I don't even know what they make. You got Bandai Namco. You got Konami, GameStop. This is not just gaming companies. These are just companies within the video game industry. Capcom is 16. Unity Software. CD Projekt Red. They're going up. Square Enix. Sega. But you notice, I want y'all to notice, majority of the companies that's going into red are United States. With that being said, Sony is in the red too. But majority in South Korea. I didn't even think NC Soft was still around. I thought they folded. In case you don't know, NC Soft is basically, you know, they created City of Heroes, City of Villains. But it is what it is. Ubisoft is from France, but it's just, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, they got to do some major changes. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some American companies that's still doing good, like id Software. id Software is like, id Software. I remember when the first time I worked in that building, I worked for a company, and I went downstairs on the 6th floor. They're on the 6th and 7th floor. I went to the 6th flour, and I was able to talk to a lot of the developers. I was so excited. But id Software is like 25 minutes away from me. Like I could drive to their building, and I could talk to them and just sit there. Hell, if my Connect is still there, I probably can go in there and play the new Doom, but I mean, I don't think he's there anymore. But I could play the Doom prequel. But id Software is still doing good. And they're coming out with the new Doom, prequel, the Doom Medieval, which is stupid. How you gonna ride a Doom mech? Whatever. Who else is doing good as far as American? I don't know, but there are some American companies out there that are still doing good and haven't bent the knee. And when I say bend, also speaking of bending the knee, I think we shouldn't bend the knee. Look, I'm telling you, there's some, as my mother-in-law would tell me all the time, there's some shit in the game. And I'm telling you, the reason why they're not announcing GTA 6 and the reason why a lot of game developers are not announcing their releases for the games, because they're waiting to see what Take-Two Interactive, aka Rockstar, is going to do with GTA 6. And Rockstar is bidding their time. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on. They saying 2025, they saying 2025, but I think they're trying to get feelers out there and they're like, yo, yeah, we're gonna come out November 6th, 2025, but the game's gonna be $100. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, and don't be shocked. Don't be shocked, and don't buy it. I'm not spending $100 on that game. Oh, who coming? Oh, Bandai Namco is coming out with that new take on Pac-Man. I can't wait till that come out. That's gonna be good, but it is what it is. So, that's all I got to say about that. Hopefully, you learned something from this podcast. Right now, I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm gonna eat something, but I want to give a shout out to you guys. You spent your Monday evening, an hour out your time to listen to me rant about U.S. developers and how they're in trouble. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my kids. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you go. Go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to figure out what I'm going to talk about next week. So yeah. All right, guys. Likes you a lot. And have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.